It's been a great tournament for someone I'm going to talk about, and he's on our Naukri Career Score. I'm talking about Virat Kohli because on our Naukri Career Score, Naukri.com uses its expertise in helping grow careers and applies this to cricket stats. What we get is a whole new way of looking at cricket careers, and Virat Kohli has jumped up in the Naukri Career Score. He's at number 2 now, just under Shubman Gill with 718 points. Phenomenal World Cup. He's just had a phenomenal World Cup. DK, I just want to ask you, you've seen Virat at close quarters, and Virat is someone, we know what Virat was in 2016 at his peak. Then he went through a little bit of a lull, if I can say. A lot of people had a lot of things to say, but he's come back so strong. So is this the same Virat, the 2016 Virat we see?
It's a very different Virat. It's a more mature Virat. It's one who's made peace with a lot of things in his life. You've got to understand what he achieved up until 2016. Not many people have, because to consistently be there and win big games and do those big things required to be called that special player, and he was doing it consistently. I think only probably Sachin to an extent has come, he was someone who did that so well, and Virat actually at times did surprise people with the kind of performances he put up. He had that massive peak and you were expecting a trough at some point of time. It had to happen. COVID struck, and I think there were a few moments where his batting derailed a bit, but he's batting beautifully now. His mindset is the same. He's changed areas in his technique though. His belief in winning a game from any point is the same, but he's found a different approach about how to go about doing that, and that's the changes he's made. And you can see if he's number 2 today, it tells you a lot about the amount of mental effort that he had to put in, because I remember in 2021 in that RCB season when things were just not going well for him. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, it was probably the lowest point in his career. The one thing the man kept doing is working hard, just trying to find a solution every day to get better. And that moment didn't come easy, it took time. And he's gone through that tough period, but he did it with a smile on his face, and he didn't let go of anything that he was doing prior to that. And I think that is what has helped him do well. And when he started doing well, he's again gotten back to his consistent best. And that for me is definitely not what he's done on the field. A lot of it is what he's done off the field. The hours that he's put in, the invisible hours which people don't tend to see, is what makes Virat the man he is.
Well, you spoke about consistency, but on our Naukri Career Score charts, Simon, we've seen this World Cup. He's somebody, when the chips are against him, when the team is down and out, he rises to the occasion. And we've seen this against Australia, 3 for 2 from there. Virat does what Virat does, which is why he's up there in the consistency and in the situational performance we see here. His consistency and his situational performance, he ranks up there. So we know what he does when the chips are against him.
Situational awareness is one of those things that is not always measured in cricket terms. Understanding the game. The worst thing I hear players say nowadays is, that's the way I play. No. The situation of the game dictates how you should play. And at times that means soaking up 10 or 15 deliveries. The run out of Sky against New Zealand. He could have easily, a lot of players would have gone, oh dear, what do I do now? He understood the situation, knew what he had to do. Those sorts of things that I admire immensely about Virat. Now, off the field, I don't know that there's a cricketer that works harder. I don't know there's a fitter cricketer, even at this age. I'm not sure there's a fitter cricketer in the world, a guy that works harder, that puts more time in. DK's point about the off-the-field stuff, I talk a lot about this sort of thing. When your life balance is in a great place. When your family situation, everything off the field is taken care of, and you feel like you're in a great place, you can actually go out onto the field and perform without too many worries. Now, I said probably 3 years ago, I think maybe on this show, I wanted to see him give the captaincy away, because I thought then you would see the best of Virat Kohli to the end of his career. It was just immense amount of pressure. Captain in all 3 formats, captain in RCB, incredible amounts of pressure on that guy, not only there on the field, but off the field. Everybody wanted a piece of his time. Every advert you saw had his face on it. There was an incredible amount of pressure on him. And as soon as he got rid of that, I think it took some time post that, but he's now understanding that his life is in a great place, and we are transferring that now to the field of play. He'll go down as one of the greatest ever players, if not the greatest ever player. His situational awareness, his ability in run chases. That's something, and I talked about Maxwell's innings the other night. So many of the double hundreds have come setting. When you have to chase, that's when the pressure's on. That's when everybody wants you to do it. That's when the opposition squeeze you. All of those things are what you admire about what Virat has done, and how he's performing in this World Cup is I mean, it's no surprise, I don't think, but just the exceptional way in which he carries himself in those chases, in and around that team environment. He is a player that all of those young guys coming through in India look up to, and rightly they should, because he sets the standard, not only with his batting, but with his fitness, with his attitude, all of those things. He sort of unleashed the modern cricketer, the modern Indian cricketer that has a little bit of, I'm coming to get you.
Yes.
You know, I mean, and not that didn't happen. There wasn't a lot of that when I played India. There wasn't a lot of that. Saurav had some, he brought a bit of it in, but I think Virat's unleashed the sort of the aggressive nature of the modern cricket.
The urban young Indian.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the Rinku Singhs, the Ishan Kishans,
Yes.
these guys that are coming through, the Tilak Varmas, the Ruturaj Gaikwads, they've got something about them now, and I think they all have a lot to thank Virat for.
Well, DK and Simon have said it, but a lot of fans who are going to be watching today's game are going to wonder if he's going to reach that 50th century. Is he going to go past Masters 673? We can only wait and watch. It's a matter of time, but I just hope he keeps rising up the Naukri Career Score.